afternoon, welcome again to my channel. My name is Cynthia. In today's tutorial I'll be doing the stitching aspect of this blazer jacket. If you remember, we did the cutting 2 weeks ago, and last week we did the how to cut the sleeve, and today we are going to be doing the stitching. So this is the front part, okay, and this is the back part. This is the back, this is the front side, this is the side, okay. I have the two sides here. This is the side, both for the back and the front, and this is the collar. So this is a part of the lapel. So I actually drafted this on a jean because I'll be using a jean for the skirt part. So because of that, I wanted though I'm not showing the skirt, I just want to rock it with with a jean skirt. So I wanted to put a touch of the jean on the jacket. So this was actually what I wanted to do. So once I fold this way, I want the jean to be showing. So let me show you what I mean by I want the jean to show. So I wanted it to be something like this. So just watch. So by the time we turn it aside like this, the jean will be what's showing. So you see, so I had to cut this out from the lining part. So this is the lining part, and so you can see, let me put it back so that you understand what I'm saying. So you can see, so I had to cut this part and added jean to that part. So I'll be stitching this jean to this part, so that by the time I'm putting it on, all you'll be seeing is the jean, okay. And so, okay, for also the collar side, the collar aspect, I'll be using the jean also for my lining, okay. So once I fold, you'll be seeing the jean. All right, so this is it for the jacket parts. I've gone ahead, I've cut my linings, I've cut the linings, I've also cut the interfacing. So these are all my linings. I've also cut out my interfacing. Now if you're cutting out your lining, you make sure that the inner parts, the part that will be shown, that this is my lining, this is the lining, this was supposed to be the lining. I'm sure you want to do that because you wouldn't want, if you open your jackets, and most times, like as you're seeing now, jackets are not supposed to be always closed every time. You can actually fly your jacket. So that is the reason why you should put this as your lining. Now remember, the concept was supposed to be this way, okay, but instead of this is the lining. We are working on the lining, but instead of this we had to, hope you can see very well, instead of this we are going to be using a jean. So I had to cut out jean, okay. I added 1/2 inch on the side, so you can see. So by the time we join this together and join the jean of this together, we will use it to turn up the front part. So every other part, like the center, the two center and the back part, is going to be normal, okay, lining. But for the collar part, what I'll be using for my collar lining is the jean, because I want, once I fold, I should be able to get the jean showing. I just hope you understand what I mean. So we are going to go ahead and start stitching. But before we start stitching, I've also drafted out my sleeve. You remember we drafted the 2-piece sleeve. I'll be also linking the video, so you just go and watch it. So this is one part of the sleeve, and this is the second part of the sleeve. I will be using both the jean and the Ankara fabric to create my what, my sleeve. If you don't know how to cut this, I'll be putting the link below. You just go and watch it. So I'll be showing you how to do all these joinings. All right, so now if today is your first time of coming to this channel, please don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe, and please drop your comments on the comment section, and we'll go right into what's the class. So I've also gone ahead to cut out all my facings, okay, interfacing on the front part, everything about what I'll be putting it on the front part, everything about what the front part. I'll be putting my interfacing on the front part, okay. So for the back part, I'll be putting interfacing on what the back part, but I won't be doing it on the fabric. I'll be doing it on the what lining of this one. So that these are the only place I'm putting what an interfacing, but every other part is going to have my lining and all that. So just go and what we start stitching. All right, so this is the front part. This is the lining area. Okay, you just saw how I joined. Well, you can see how I joined that lapel. Okay, I had to cut it off so that I can join it. So this is the front part. This is the front part. Okay, so by the time I start joining, I will join this way. All right, we'll join this way, and then at the end, we are going to have this place coming up this way. All right, so now I am going to go and continue. So if you know how to join your princess that basic princess that, there's nothing hard about joining this. It's just you join it the way you join your normal princess does. And like I explained in my previous video on how to cut this, I said you can use a shoulder dart. You can even use a basic bodice for this jacket. Okay, so it all depends on what you want. All right, so I went ahead to join my princess dart, and I joined my lapel. You saw me cutting it. I had to cut it so that I can have a very fine look. You can decide to leave your own. There is no need of cutting. You can decide to leave. So I'll be joining now. I'll be joining the lining now. So for this one, I'll also join the lining. For this one, I'll also join the lining, this part. Okay. So this is just the inner part. Okay. I'll join the lining. So this is the main part. So I'll go ahead and join this second part, and then I'll give it a very nice press, and then I'll bring it to show you how to fit your collar. Okay. All right, so let's continue. So I'll be using the back to do this illustration. Okay, I'll be using this back now. Before I join the collar, I'm going to go and join the shoulders. Okay, so we'll go and join the two shoulders, and then we'll come back to start joining the collars. So I'm using the lining first. I'll go ahead, join the two collars, and then we'll come back, join the two shoulders, then we'll come back to join the collar. So each of the both front and back will have the separate collars. Like I'll be using this one for the for the lining. Okay, I'll be using this for the lining. That's the jean for the lining. All right, so now I'll just go join the two shoulders, then we'll come back to insert the two collars. You can see how it is. It's almost looking like it already. Okay, so let's go and join the two shoulders together. So this is, we are going to mark the center part, which is just here. Okay, so I'm going to start joining it. We'll start joining it from this center part. Okay, so we'll use your pin and start joining together. So I'll be using 1/2 inch to go it round. Just take it gently, so that you won't miss it. So now to know where to end this, just go ahead, follow your guideline, that is your pattern. Okay, I have to go with the pattern. Remember, this is where the notch started, the notch collar started, so please make sure you don't pass there. Now let me show you again. Remember, this is the center and the notch was supposed to stop somewhere around here. All right, so this is where it's supposed to stop. So carry your pattern so that it will give you a guideline. So I had to join with my pin, and then I stopped it just immediately after that place. All right, so I'll go and join this. Then this part, I will use pin and hold this part. I'll join it with my machine. I'll also use this to join the lining aspect. This is the lining, okay? To join, I'll join the lining. So I'll get the center part. This is the center part, and then I'll bring it together here, and then I'll start going this way until I get to that notched area. That is why you need your pattern, so that you won't forget where it is. All right, so let's go and join. We'll come back and then it is. You can see where that color is notched around this area, so we'll be able to join it. So now what I'm going to do now is to get the main fabric. This is the main fabric. I'm going to bring it together, mesh all the sides together. I'll match all the sides, you can see. So we're going to match it together, all the sides. We'll not leave anywhere. We'll just match everything. Here I'll match it too. I'll match here too. So I'll match here. So you can see I'm also matching here. So I'll just go ahead, sew it, then close all these parts. I'll turn everywhere out. I'll turn it out everywhere. Come this way, you can see everywhere. Just turn everything out. Then I'll come back and show you how it is, okay? And then I'll show you how to now join the ones. This two-piece sleeve, all right? Okay, so this is the sleeve, all right? So you can see how I've gone ahead to iron it. So now to join the sleeve with the lining. This is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to get the center of the center, which is here, the bigger side. So you're going to notch that area, and also you're going to get this part. Okay, make sure it's touching this side. All right, now get the center. I'll notch there too. So it's going to be front side facing front side. This is the front side of the sleeve, the line, the two-piece sleeve. So I'm going to, those two notched area, I'm going to just join it. Then I'll go to the sewing machine and sew it this way. But first of all, let me use my pin to hold together. Okay, so I use my pin to hold it. So I'm going to bring it inside. Okay, let me finish with one thing. So you sew it this way. So after we have sewn it round, I'm going to bring it inside. Now watch what I'll do. So let's assume we've sewn it together. So you bring it inside from here. I'm just trying to show you before I sew. So we're bringing it inside. So once we bring it from the inside, we're going to also notch the upper areas and make sure they are sitting perfectly. Now by then you'll discover that this place, you must have turned it out. Okay, you must have turned this area out. So now get these two sides. Okay, see they are sitting together now. Now you can see you get the two sleeves. Now at this point you can decide to trim the upper side so that you make it equal, so that the lining will not be coming out from this bottom area. So as you can see, this is the sleeve. You can see that, look at it. So this is it. Okay, you can see how it's well seated here. You can see how the sleeve is. So I'm going to trim off any excess I get from this place. So let's go and join the linings, right side facing right side from the under. Then we'll bring it out from this area. Okay, let's go and do the joining. Add the sleeve to it. So we're going to be joining our sleeve. So you can see we'll be joining the sleeve. So because it's a two-piece sleeve, you don't just join it that way. So this is our sleeve. I've put my lining and ironed very well. So as you can see, now to get it, you're going to fold this way. You remember where your front and your back is. You can see the front is that area that went very deep, while the back side is up. Remember on the paper. Okay, so you can see, remember the paper. Okay, this is the front part. The sleeve, the armhole area went deeper. All right, That's the front part went deeper. So if you are putting your sleeve, you should consider this this deeper area. All right, so now this is the deeper area. This area is the deeper area. So it means I am going to be joining this one to this place, to this hand, while this other hand, please, you should take note of that. Why for this, the sleeve is deeper around this area. You can see it's deeper around this area, so it's going to sit this way. So this one is coming to the right hand, this one is going to the left hand side. So but to join the sleeve, you're going to get the center. Okay, all right, make sure these two aligns, make sure these two aligns this way, and then you get the center. We're going to notch that center area. Okay, so once we get the center, remember how we got this. Once you get it, you're going to get your shoulder. Place the two shoulders together where the two shoulders meet. Now you can add your shoulder pad to this. I'm not adding any shoulder pad to this suit, but make sure you add a shoulder pad to it if you have any. Okay, so I am going to pin. So we pin. All right, keep pinning until you get to the end, and then we'll go and stitch. All right, so we'll go and stitch the two parts, and then I'll come back to show us. Okay, so this is a two-piece sleeve, so you can see how it is. This is a two-piece sleeve. This is a two-piece sleeve. You can see how beautiful she's looking. And then this is our blazer jackets. These are blazer jackets. And you can see our notched collar. You can see it. So you can decide to rock it with anything you want to, whether you want to use a skirt or jean or trouser, whatever thing you feel will be okay. You can just use it to rock it. All right, so you can see how it's looking inside. Okay, there are no rough edges on it. You can see how this came out. All right, so we've come to the end of the tutorial. If this tutorial was very helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and also if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. If you're a returnee subscriber, I just want to say thank you for always coming back to watch our video. All right, please share our video with your soulmates so they can also partake in what you're learning. It's also going to boost our channel, because YouTube will also recommend our channel to other YouTubers who are yet to know about us. All right, I'm going to see you again in my next class. I am Cynthia. Bye.